Let me know if you can hear me or not. I am in a completely different place. I don't know what the service is like here. YouTube has been doing really weird stuff lately, especially today. So again, let me know if you guys can hear me, and then we will jump into a little bit of everything. I'm not sure YouTube is playing fairly today or playing nicely today with, I guess content creators would be the right wording. I'm just gonna go ahead and jump into it. I think we're good. Somebody said yes. Ruby said yes. All right, let's go, people. Y'all ready? Couple of things we're gonna talk about. All right. I have had so many people either on Patreon in the DMs over there, on X making comments on things I've posted, on comments on here on YouTube, where people are like, I never get notifications that you are live, that you've uploaded a video. I have to search for you. I'm subscribed to you. Notifications are turned on. I get nothing. And it's not just me. This is happening to so many people. Now, some people would say, it's not a big deal. Just go look for it. You know who you like, whatever. But I'm going to say, like, right now, Ryan Hall, y'all, I know you guys know he is. He is in Max Velocity, and I think there's a couple other channels out there that really stay up to date with weather. The whole reason I'm bringing this to your attention now with the whole notification thing and the subscribe but not knowing if people are posting or going live is because we have a horrific weather system that's moving in today and tomorrow. Ryan Hall, y'all, posted about it. I actually took a picture or a screenshot of his post. I'm sure we're backwards here, so I'm just going to read this to you. And this was earlier today. He posted this on X, and he says, tornado outbreak expected tomorrow across Mississippi, Alabama, and Louisiana. We have a rare high risk, meaning the most severe threat level. Multiple long track, potentially violent tornadoes predicted Saturday afternoon into the night. This is a life-threatening situation with destructive potential similar to historic outbreaks. Make preparations now. Do not wait until warnings are issued. This all goes together. No notifications from YouTube. A lot of people aren't getting notifications from whatever county you guys may be set up with when it comes to severe weather alerts or like tornado warnings or things like that. You're not getting the notifications there. This seems to be like a widespread thing. It's not just YouTube with the notifications, but the reason I think it's important when this is done, don't leave yet, just wait. But when this is done, if you are subscribed to any weather channels that do keep you up to date with what's going on, go to their channel, and I don't know if you should unsubscribe and resubscribe. Make sure you hit the notification bell again, set it to all notifications, something along those lines, in hopes that maybe you will get notified if they go for if they go live tomorrow during the whole storm situation. I know Ryan Hall, y'all, is actually live now with the storm startup of wherever he is or wherever it is right now. But tomorrow it's supposed to be really bad. You guys might not be able to tell here, but I am actually in a hotel parking lot. We are in Georgia right now. We drove to Georgia to pick up my mother-in-law and drive her back to Florida to spend spring break with us. It's our daughter's spring break, right? And putting her on an airplane, no. Have you seen how many of those have fallen out of the sky lately? We're not doing that. So we don't want her to fly by herself. We also did not want her to drive by herself. There's nothing wrong with her driving by herself. She's a very capable woman, but it's a long drive from Georgia to Florida by yourself, whatever else. So we said we're just going to come pick her up, right? So we get up here, and we're supposed to meet my brother-in-law and sister-in-law for lunch tomorrow before we head back, until the weather updated again. And now where we live is a 5 of 5. It is a high risk area, 5 of 5 or 4 of 5, depending on if it skirts a little bit to the right or not. But either way, it's not something we want to be driving home in tomorrow night. So instead of meeting my brother-in-law and sister-in-law for lunch at like noon or 12:30, we'll be picking my mother-in-law up at 7 a.m. and hauling ass back to Florida in hopes of beating the majority of the weather. It's going to suck no matter what. My mom was like, well, why don't y'all just stay in Georgia another night, and come back on Sunday? Georgia's going to get it too. No matter where we are, it's going to be awful, but I would feel better being in my home versus being in a hotel or anything like that. And I don't want to, stay at my sister-in-law, brother-in-law's house, because that kind of puts them out. They didn't have us planned for, staying with them tomorrow night. So we'll be driving back. But the whole situation with the notifications is crazy to me, because before it was even about the weather, I was going to talk to you guys about it in general, because there's been so many YouTubers or content creators or whatever you want to call that people that have been posting, and some of them have actually been, you know, bitching and moaning and crying about it, like panties in a twist kind of stuff, crying about that they're losing subscribers and that nobody's showing up and that they're losing subs, people aren't getting notified, people are pissed off and whatever else. Listen, I lose subs every single day. Every time I open my mouth, I lose subscribers. It is what it is. Now, you can either change who you are and hope to gain more subscribers, or just do you, boo. And the ones that leave don't really need to be there to begin with. They aren't really helping anybody or helping the community or part of the tribe. I'm going to go with tribe. I don't know what other people call their stuff, but we are a tribe here. So the people who are worried about losing subs, if any of y'all happen to be content creators, I don't know if anybody else on here does YouTube or even TikTok or Facebook stuff or Instagram or whatever, or X. Like if you are a person or a couple or a business or whatever who's trying to like build a social media following, please do not care if people unsubscribe to you. It is not personal. It is not personal. It feels like it, y'all. Anytime somebody's like, you lost me at blah, 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 it feels personal. But at the end of the day, it's not. It is what it is. Other people have better things to do, or you're not their cup of tea. It's okay. It's not a big deal. Betty says, I've been here since before the couple name changes. Betty is an OG. She's an OG SquirrelTriber when it was a completely different name in the very beginning. Betty, I love you and I appreciate you, ma'am. I know I lost people when I started talking politics. It is what it is, but I'm going to continue to do me. You continue to do you, and we'll see where the chips will fall where they may. Is that how it goes? Chips will fall where they may. That feels accurate. But everything I say feels accurate until afterwards I go, no, that wasn't right. I said that wrong. That was fully inaccurate. But either way, when this is done, not right now, please don't leave me. Make sure that you go over to whatever weather it is that you watch, whether it's your regular news channel, whether it's Ryan Hall, y'all, it's Max Velocity, it's whoever else out there, just to be on the safe side. If you happen to be in the path of the storm, if you're like far left of the U.S., you're okay. You don't really need to worry about anything. Y'all are sitting pretty over there. There's no 5 of 5. I think Ryan Hall, y'all said, or somebody said, this is only the third time since 2007 that the weather is considered a 5 of 5. 5 being the worst it can possibly get, and you should, you know, put your head between your knees, kiss your butt goodbye kind of thing. This is going to be it tomorrow. So the other reason I wanted to go home, in case anybody's curious, the other reason I wanted to go home is because my mom is at home. She is in Florida now. She moved there a while ago. Most of y'all know this, but she moved there a while ago. I don't want to stay here and she's there by herself. I would rather get up early, pick up my mother-in-law, haul booty back early as crap. That way I'm close to my mother. Even if she's not going to come over and bring her pets, her animals, whatever, I'd like to at least be near in case something does go wrong or badly or whatever else. Fingers crossed and knock on wood, all that kind of stuff that it doesn't. But we're gonna we talked about it at dinner tonight. Where is the safe place in our house if there is a tornado? And my daughter's like, well, obviously in a bathtub. I remember when I was really little, there was a tornado where I was with my Nana in her house, and there was nowhere safe to go. So she stuck my little butt in a tub and pulled, I swear it was a mattress, but at this point in time, I cannot figure out where that woman would have pulled a mattress from, but I swear she put a mattress over me. But she was a tiny, tiny woman, tiny, like maybe 100 pounds, soaking wet, fully clothed, wearing lead boots, like tiny woman, barely hit 5 feet, freaking tiny. And picturing her pulling a queen size mattress off of anything and dragging it across the hallway and into the bathroom and over me on the tub, that feels inaccurate. So I don't know what she covered me with, but she put me in a tub and to keep me safe because there was this horrible storm, right? And we were talking about it. We do have a tub. You guys have seen it in the background of my videos when I record in the bathroom. We have a round tub, and I'm like, we could Tetris ourselves in there. It looks like a party tub. I'm pretty sure if necessary, we could get in there. But it comes back down to pulling a mattress over you when they're like the Tempur-Pedic kind. That's going to take a whole army, a whole team. Those things are heavy. So I don't know. We found a couple options. Our closet is completely closed off, and it's technically kind of sort of middle of the house. Or there's the garage, but that doesn't seem safe. So I think it's really just our closet would be the option So when we get back tomorrow morning, or tomorrow afternoon, because it won't be that early. When we get back tomorrow afternoon, I'm going to put a little bunker set up in there just in case. I would rather be safe than sorry. We're going to have some flashlights. We will have some snacky snacks. We will have some water. We will have something comfortable to sit on or lay on or cover ourselves with, whatever. We'll have some blankets. Might as well bring a charger in there. Is there a place to charge anything in the closet? It'd be really weird if there's charging outlets in your closet. Do y'all have outlets in your closet? This feels like a really stupid thought process, but I don't think there's outlets in the closet. I don't see why there would be. I think builders from now on should put outlets in a closet because you just never know what you're going to be doing in a closet. Either way, we're going to do stuff to stay safe. That's the plan. Hopefully, if you guys happen to be in the same path, because, again, hard to see, but this is where it is, but everything has kind of gotten bigger since this morning. I know the hot pink there, or I guess it's purpley looking, whatever, that has expanded. So this has expanded. All of this has gotten a little more deathly. So just, if you're in the path of it all, just be really, really careful and pay attention and make sure that you are notified of what is happening. Okay? All right. We're going to move on for a second, real quick. We're going to talk about eggs. I said we weren't going to talk about eggs. I told you we were done talking about eggs until I decided to talk about eggs. So we're going to talk about eggs real fast. We had to go to Chick-fil-A this morning. If I had to, I mean, it's what we do every time we leave to go back to Georgia. We stop at Chick-fil-A because it's on the way in Troy, Alabama. We go there and we get breakfast, right? And we went this morning and I normally order a side of eggs and a breakfast filet. I'm trying to like stay away from all the carbs and stuff, even though we just murdered some mellow mushroom pizza because they have the best crust in the history of crust. I love it. But I've been trying to stay away from carbs so that this whole whatever's happening here will maybe go away one day. Either way. So I ordered just eggs and chicken. And I ordered 3 eggs and it was $4.15. Because I didn't keep the receipt, but $4.15 sounds accurate. And my brain is going, oh, so they're not charging extra for eggs, right? It's the normal price. They've always charged for eggs. There's a place here in Georgia that our daughter really loves to go for breakfast. And so I pulled them up on the good old interwebs, and I was trying to look at their reviews lately to see exactly how it was going. And there is a review that was left here that I just want to read to you because it really encapsulates, is that the right word? It really encapsulates, yeah, that's the right word, how a lot of people feel right now. You guys ready for this? Excuse me. It is an insult to your customers to charge an extra 50 cents per egg. You're telling me for 18 eggs, you're paying an extra $9 right now? I don't actually care about 50 cents, but do you give customers a discount when the price of eggs drops? Good food, atmosphere, service, but not sure I'll be back anytime soon. And I was like, it was one of those things where those memes where everybody stands up and they just all start clapping, that kind of thing. It's exactly what I did for this review that was left. It is an insult to your customers to charge an extra 50 cents per egg. Right. Here's the thing. Unless it is the world's smallest mom and pop location ever, and they are literally paying out the wazoo like you and I are for eggs right now, bigger corporations like Denny's, like a Waffle House, yeah, I'm talking to y'all, awful waffle, like a Chick-fil-A, like this place here, charging extra for the eggs to your customers is a dick move. It is a dick move because y'all are getting better prices than anybody. You are a corporation, just like Walmart gets better prices than anybody, just like Costco, Sam's Club. These big freaking conglomerates who are ordering buttloads of everything at once, guess what? The more you order, the lower your price is. These people, they sell breakfast every morning. They sell omelets. They sell egg sandwiches. They sell quiche. They sell everything with eggs. You're getting a really good price. Another reason why, because the corporate eggs aren't having an issue. Neither are any of the other ones as far as I'm concerned. I'm still waiting for anybody, just one single person, to show me any physical proof of the culling of chickens. Just one. You can't find it anywhere. Everybody's going to keep parroting it. No pun intended, because that's a bird and it's a bird thing. But everybody's going to keep parroting, oh, well, they culled 51 million chickens in December. Show me where. Show me where. Show me where they're dead. All I see is a hike in prices and lower numbers on shelves. But I don't see any little bonfires of chickens anywhere. That is all. Anyway, but to charge extra for the eggs, absolutely ridiculous to me. Absolutely ridiculous. If you're going to start charging more now, then when the egg prices drop all the way back down to what they were in 2016, I want a discount on my breakfast. That is all. I want a discount. Okay, last thing. It's going to be a very short live stream. Short-ish. For me, it'll be short. Where I live, they put in a new store 6 months ago, 8 months ago. I don't really know how many months ago. Since this time last year, they put in a new store. And while they were not building the store was already there. It's where the Bed Bath & Beyond went out of business. Okay, Bed Bath & Beyond went out of business. They filed bankruptcy. We've talked about it. Now they are owned by Overstock, and they are online businesses, right? They're only online, but you can still get Bed Bath & Beyond stuff, overpriced things if you'd like. I worked there when I was younger. I was actually working at Bed Bath & Beyond when 9/11 happened. I was at the cash register when everything happened and the world froze. It's one of those things I will never in my life forget. I remember every single second of it. It is etched in my brain for life. Dementia may take me one day. Alzheimer's may kick my ass. It can take everything from me. I will still remember where I was when the plane struck the towers in 9/11. It's something you do not forget. Anyway, Bed Bath & Beyond went out of business. And the business that moved into its spot, I sat there going, the hell? Why is this going here? Because I live in a very touristy, beachy town. Yes, there's a lot of snowbirds. And by snowbirds, I mean older people. That's generally speaking what snowbirds are. You've retired, you have the ability to travel and spend 3 to 4 months at the beach because you don't want to be in the cold northern whatevers anymore, right? So we have a lot of snowbirds where I am. And I know a lot of snowbirds like to crochet, and they probably like to sew, and they probably like to make a quilt or two every once in a while. I think it's great. Do I know how to do it? Not at all. Do I plan on learning? Probably not. I can just see myself somehow stabbing my finger repeatedly and then getting pissed off and throwing the whole thing into the incinerator. So probably not going to learn. But what they put in place of Bed Bath & Beyond was a Joann's. I was like, what? We have a Michael's over here. Big Lots has gone out of business. I think they're putting like a Total Wine and More where Big Lots was, because that makes perfect sense. But where Bed Bath & Beyond was, they put in a Joann's. And I went there for opening day because I was just real curious for their grand opening. I was like, how many people are going to show up? And do we have enough handicap spaces? Because again, I love everybody. There are a lot of old people who go to Joann's. Older people who go to Joann's. Okay, grandmas. I love the grandmas. Y'all are the best. Grandmas and grandpas. I love y'all. You make my day. But not even a year later, and I know this is backwards, all that money they put in to building Joann's going out of business. And I'm like, oh, I called it when it happened. If you guys, seriously, if you guys go back, I should probably do it. It's not up to you to do the research, or the footwork. I should go back and do it. When Joann's was going in, I said on a video, I said, it's not going to last. It is not going to last. It will be gone. No, for one reason, it didn't make sense there at all. I said, it's not going to stay in business there. It's only good in winter months. Nobody's going in there in June and July. You're not making quilts in July, and you're not crocheting anything in July. Can you imagine a crocheted bikini? The second you got in the water, that thing would just right off your body. So some people probably prefer crochet bikinis because, anyway, not the point. I said Joann's is not going to make it. There's no way it's going to work. And sure as shit, Joann's is gone. Over. Finito. Done. Bankrupt. All of them going away. So now what's going to go there? Just another thing that's going to go out of business. And I was noticing, well, it made me think about how many things are going out of business, but I don't think it's because of the economy. Personally, I don't think it's because people aren't shopping, and I don't think it's because people don't want to shop. I think it's because insurance rates for everything, whether it's a home or a rental or your car or your health or whatever, but especially businesses, brick and mortar businesses, insurance is killing everything. It is so flippin' expensive to insure anything that some people are like, I'm not doing this. I'll just sell everything online. Most people who want to buy fabric, you'll go to Hobby Lobby. I saw somebody say, where do I get fabrics now? Hobby Lobby has a shit ton of stuff. And then one week, this whole half of the store is half off. The next week, this half of the store is half off. You can't go wrong at Hobby Lobby. Michael's, tons of sales and tons of stuff there too. I bet Joann somehow finds a way to be online, just like Bed Bath & Beyond is. And you can probably still go on there and order stuff. So it sucks that they're going out of business, but holding on to these massive brick and mortar stores for and I'm not being an ass, I love y'all, but for a pastime, that's what we're going to call it right now. It's not beneficial to these corporations. I can sew like a hole in my jeans if necessary, and I mean I could probably figure out how to make a dress or something. I know there's a lot of people who can, but I feel like the going out and buying the material, unless you are in the fashion industry and you want to be a designer or you want to do any of these other things, I don't see a store like Joann's or even that section of Hobby Lobby or that section of Michael's really having a very long lifespan as the people that are older than me start to no longer be around. That's the only way I'm going to say that, because I don't like to say the other ways, but are no longer going to be around, because people my age and younger, yes, there are definitely a handful who can still do all those things, who were raised doing it. I was not raised doing that. I didn't get taught any of that shit. I don't know how to do it. And there's the homesteaders out there who do all their own stuff. There are the Amish people, and then like the Mennonites. Are those the ones who wear like the really long dresses and you're not allowed to cut your hair? I don't know. I'm making stuff up right now. Those people will still have the want and the need and the desire, but it's not enough people to warrant a massive store like Joann's. And so I feel like especially now, I mean, AI robot crap can do absolutely everything. If you can have a Roomba, so I never have to sweep or vacuum again, I can guarantee you there's things out there you just put in the design that you want and you put in the fabric and then it just makes it for you kind of stuff. I mean, before you used to have to hand sew everything. Now you have those Singer, I think that's the brand, with the thing and the thing. I don't know how to say any of the words. I don't know what any of those things are called. All I can think of right now is Sleeping Beauty and the spindle and pricking her finger on it. I don't know why that's all I got. Knitting needles are not sharp. They might not be sharp, but somehow I'll find a way to shove it through my hand. I've met me, and it's not going to be a pretty thing. But again, Joann's going out of business. I'm like, that's not going to be the last one. There's going to be so many other things that go out of business because you have so many things moving online, because it's cheaper for them to just warehouse everything in one spot and ship it to you because you pay the shipping than it is to have this brick and mortar store with the employees who might not give half a shit, which we'll do that on a whole different day. I have a whole customer service conversation we need to have. And what are you doing, ma'am? It's a simple reverse. I'm sorry. The lady next to me is trying to back in and she backs in the way I would sew. That's just so you understand exactly what I'm watching here. Her back end is the same way as I would sew. And she saw me looking at her. She looked up at the same time. I'm like, huh? That's not awkward at all. Anyway, so, where was I? I get so distracted. Being a squirrel sucks sometimes. Let's see. Joann's closing, online stuff. Yeah, a lot of other places are going to be just like that. So it's unfortunate because, and this is where I'm going to go political for like 2 seconds, okay? It's political because over the last however many years where the push has been towards, I'm an independent woman, I don't need no man, you really fucked up the whole family dynamic. And you don't have very many people younger than me who are looking to get married, have babies, take care of the house, take care of the kids, not have a career, right? When, what is it, the 50s? Was it the 50s? Maybe it was the 60s, when the initial divide started, when the men were going off to war and then the women had to do all the stuff, and then they were like, well, we got to go into work because we got to help pay the bills while the men are gone and whatever else. Since then, downhill. It's crazy to me how many people I see, women I see, who don't have, which is weird, and I'm gonna say it this way, that don't have the same family values I have, because I was raised by a single mother. My dad sucked. Like, we've done this before on Squirrel Tribe 2.0. We're not getting into the whole dad conversation, but for those of you out there who had dads who were decent, like were around and whatever, you win. Our daughter, my husband and our daughter, I tell her all the time, you don't know how lucky you are, little girl. Whether it's just because your dad is there every morning when you wake up and every night when you go to bed, it's because he can help you put together the dresser for your room, or he can yell at you when you're acting a fool. You don't understand how lucky you are, because so many kids her age do not have that, because either the family dynamic just wasn't there, or the parents didn't want to be together because it was just easier not to. A lot of people look at marriage as well, if I don't like this one, I'll just divorce and get that one. I'll divorce and get that one. It's not like a fly-by-night relationship kind of thing, and this is not the topic of today, but either way. I don't even know why I started on this, y'all. Hello, welcome to my brain. There was reasons. Oh, family dynamic. You have less people who can take care of the home because you have less people who care about the home. That's where I was going with that. And they took all that stuff out of school. You don't really have the ability to learn it the same as you used to before my age group, right? So it's just a very interesting time. And I'm hoping that I personally am hoping that with Donald Trump back in office, that we will have turning around of the boat, going back towards family dynamics, and I don't want to say roles in a relationship, but roles in a relationship. I don't really care if people agree with that or not. My husband will wash dishes, but I wash the dishes. My husband will wash clothes, but I wash the clothes. My husband will go to the grocery store, but I go to the grocery store. And he would cook, but I like to cook. All these different things. He can do them. He did them for himself before we got married. He did them for me while I was pregnant, when our daughter was little, but and when we were both in what is the word? Corporate America, we both did everything. We were 50-50. But now we own our own stuff. We have our own everything. I take care of everything because I want to, because he works his ass off to provide for us. Therefore, I'm going to work my ass off to make sure that he doesn't have to worry about anything else. And I think it's a great dynamic. It is not for everybody, obviously. It is not for everybody, but it works for us. So again, I don't know where we got to there and why it matters. It doesn't really matter, but that's it. That's it, y'all. I love y'all. I said 30 minutes, made it to 28. I am going to let you go now. Pay attention to the weather. Okay. Pay attention to the weather. Make sure you're safe. Have a safe space. Have all the stuff you need in case you need them. And that's it. And I'll see you guys sometime tomorrow, but more than likely when I see you tomorrow, it will be from the closet. Not like that, of my house, waiting for a storm, possibly. We'll see what happens. Either way, I love y'all. Thank you for being here. You're the best. Appreciate you all immensely. Goodbye. Have a good night. Adios.